pain and suffering are tricky things. We know that pain is necessary for us to grow, because in order to grow, you have to move outside of what's comfortable for you. So by design, there's a certain amount of suffering that comes with it. But it's incredibly important to know when pain is a byproduct of growth, or when pain is just breaking you down past the point of you learning something from it. We view pain as emotional investment, and it is, because it's uncomfortable and we feel like if we push through this thing that it will yield some sort of result that will make it worthwhile. But it also makes us overstay situations and endure situations and people treating us a certain way past the point of what we were supposed to learn from it. Like, let's say you're in a relationship that you know has ran its course, but you stay in it quite literally because of like sunk cost fallacy. Like, you feel like you've already invested so much of yourself in this and you've already suffered so much. That's why I feel like it's especially hard sometimes to leave a relationship when there has been already a substantial amount of pain, because you want so bad for that pain to bring like an equal amount of goodness from it. And that goodness cannot be walking away. That's like giving up an investment. That's like giving up before it yielded its result. But usually that happens when we are completely blind to the lesson that we have already learned. Because let's say you're in this relationship and this relationship has brought you a whole lot of pain. It was maybe just there to teach you what you're looking for in a partner, what you shouldn't be looking for in a partner, what you're compatible with and what you're not compatible with. But maybe you're holding on to this idea of, I wanted to marry this person. This was kind of the return of investment that I was hoping from. Like, I wanted marriage with this person and I won't stop until I have that. And it's almost like you try to alchemize that pain in the direction that you want. But that's not how life works. Life pulls you in the direction that you need. And what you need sometimes is not graspable to you at just any moment. Sometimes it's only way later, after a situation has ended, that you have enough clarity to look back on it and know what you've learned from it. But sometimes we're so blind when we're in it that we just hold on to what we want out of a situation. So we hold on to the pain because we have not reached that result that we had in mind for the situation. And letting go of that relationship, for example, means definitely not getting the result. While you stay in it, you can still hold on to the hope of it eventually getting there. As long as you're still in it, you can still like hope that it will get there. But once you let go, it's definite. Like, you accept that it won't get to where you want it to go. You accept that that person might just not be the person that you end up marrying, even though that was initially the goal that you had in mind. And that's where we have to be so careful, because pain is not a currency. We cannot be like offering our suffering in hopes that we get what we want from it. You have to trust that life will always steer you in the direction of what you need. And what you need is not always what you want. What you need to do is have enough confidence to move through that and know you will be fine. If you hold on to the idea of, but I wanted to marry that person, for example, no matter what, and you don't want to let go, what you communicate to yourself is that you don't know how to live unless that result happens. That is the issue. Whenever we hold on to something, even though it ran its course, even though it is quite literally breaking us down, it just means that we don't have enough trust in ourselves and confidence in ourselves that we will be fine regardless of what we imagined. And why it's also so dangerous is when you lose the insight and the discernment to know when to walk away from something, and you kind of start glorifying pain, or like kind of focusing on the pain instead of looking at pain as a byproduct of growth, you become kind of attached to the idea of pain as a kind of compass for your life. It's almost like You seek out pain in life because you think good things can only come through pain. And then that's why not only do you extend unnecessarily your stay within pain, but you then tend to seek out situations that are painful because you always associate pain with good things eventually. You kind of stop believing that good things do not always have to come with pain, right? Because also pain is a big spectrum. Pain doesn't mean it breaks you down to the core every single time. I feel like a good analogy for this is going to the gym. Like, you go to the gym and you want to build muscles, for example, like you push yourself past the point of what your body can currently do, right? Your body also has like a comfort zone of where it's like comfortable functioning in. And if you want to grow your muscles or grow your endurance, whatever it is, whatever you do, you have to push yourself a little further every time, but push yourself a little over time. And it's crucial that you have recovery time in between, that you take care of your body, that you eat well in between, that you rest well in between, you sleep well in between. There are so many more factors than just the part where your body is in mild pain or in like a little strong, whatever, discomfort, right? And also, you never train to the point of injury. Like, if you lift any sort of weight and your shoulder starts hurting like crazy, that's not a sign of growth. That's a sign that you pushed yourself way past what your body could handle. No growth happens there. What in fact happens if you end up with a shoulder injury, you're actually out of service. Like, you cannot go to the gym for a certain amount of time. You have to let your body fully recover. Your muscles will probably deteriorate for a little bit in that meantime until you can go back to the gym. And with your body, it's a lot easier to spot that, right? But I think there are so many people pushing themselves way past the limit of what's healthy for them. Especially if you grew up with like very traumatic and very painful experiences. If that is also kind of your default mode, it's so much easier to accept just this ton of pain loaded onto your shoulders because that's what you're just used to. So it kind of feels normal to you, but your soul still carries the load. Your mental health still carries the load. That load is not invisible. Just because it feels normal to you does not mean it's actually good for you, or it's helping you become more resilient, or it's helping you become like, you know, a more well-rounded person mentally, emotionally. When you've just been drifting in a sea of pain, literally stop yourself and ask yourself, is this pain pushing me to become a better version of myself? Or am I just pushing myself through it because I'm hoping that I will get rewarded somewhere down the line? Am I just here maybe because I'm seeking the other person's approval? Am I just here because I feel like if I just work myself to ashes, that someone will give me some sort of recognition? Ask yourself that. If your pain is just breaking you down, leave it. Don't prolong your stay. Pain is a signal. It's a real signal. And the lesson might have already been there a long time ago, but you're ignoring it because you're hoping for something completely different, and you're just hoping that someone will like accept, or something will accept your pain as a sacrifice. You need to learn that not every good thing requires you to be broken down first. You do not have to seek pain to get rewarded in life. Yes, sometimes you just have to be patient. Yes, sometimes suffering is a byproduct, but suffering cannot be your focal point in life. Your purpose in life is not to suffer through everything. If that's hard for you to accept because maybe you come from a place where pain is just the default mode of living, no matter where you would turn, pain would await you. My heart feels for you. You have to teach yourself, play more, seek out experiences that feel playful to you. You have to teach yourself, show yourself that there are experiences out there that are playful and light and that give you something back that you don't have to sacrifice parts of yourself for. You have the responsibility to take care of yourself. That's the one life that you have. If you wouldn't advise someone else to just push through pain, push through pain, push through pain, every painful situation is normal. There's nothing else in this life outside of pain. If you wouldn't say that to someone else, do not accept that for yourself. That is not a reality that you have to accept. Pain and suffering as a byproduct Sure. Pain and sacrifice as your purpose in life, as the focal point, as a sacrifice, as the only means to get good things in your life? No, do not accept that for yourself. So please, please, please take care of yourself. Also, before I end this video, I have made a TikTok account because like sometimes like not every thought that I have like warrants like a long form video, so I thought it might be worth it to like have a small account there where I can like post little snippets or just like spontaneous thoughts that come up that I want to talk about briefly. So if you want to follow me on there as well, then I'll put the link down below. If you're staying still, I'm sorry that I sound still a bit nasally. I've been sick like so often these past months, like it's actually crazy. So yeah, I'm still recovering now, so I'm sorry if I look a mess, if I sound a mess. That's just what it is right now. I still really wanted to sit down and make this video, so I hope you could take something from it, and I really hope that you take really, really good care of yourself, and I'll talk to you very, very soon. Bye. Dragged by my feet and pulled up by the moonlight, lungs filled with hope, hands caught up in the riptide. No, no, don't you